Howdy folks, law-abiding Minnesotan here with North Central Minnesota Press. I'm here again at the Brainerd Police Department, coming in from the other side here. I came in here today to see if I can get a hold of Chief Mike Bestel regarding the internal affairs investigation into Officer Bryce Johnson, badge number 725 of the Brainerd Police Department, who issued a citation without probable cause on April 23rd, 2022, and then apparently worked with some others in the department to falsify the police report and doctor the dash and body cam evidence. The city attorney did drop my charge officially on June 1st of this year, 2022. But then I never did get a written notice of dismissal or any of the evidence. So when I went back for that and wondered why the city, well, I knew why the city attorney dismissed the case. But when I went back to get the evidence or a notice of dismissal, that's when I found some funny stuff going on. I filed the complaint back on July 5th. Got a little more evidence for Chief Bestel to look at. I hate when people jobs. Hey, how's it going? Good. Is it Allison, right? All right. I'm looking for Chief Bestel, please. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know if he's coming up. It's either going to be him or Davis, the deputy.
Actually, Mike Bestel's the only one that can help me because the concern is concerning John Davis with IA. So I need to talk to Chief Bestel. He's the only one I haven't talked to in the department.
Okay, I'll go try again.
Okay, thank you. They tried to pawn me off on the deputy chief again, and he's in charge of IA. And the reason I came to talk to Chief Bestel is because...
All right, he'll be up in a little bit.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Sounds like maybe we'll get a chance to talk to him here. You got a lot of people around today. What's going on?
We have what?
There's a lot of, I don't usually see this many cars in the lot or stuff laying around.
Not sure.
Yeah, that's strange. And there's their recording. guessing the chief's gonna be coming from here. Hopefully. That's all it really consists of. Little display over there. Bathroom, water fountain, mirrors, cameras, window. Authorized personnel only. Alright folks, we're still waiting for Chief Bestel to come out. He should be on his way. I understand he's the chief. He's probably very busy. And these back windows back here are normally not shut. Those are normally open every other time I've come in, so they must have something going on today. Do you know what time it is, Allison?
9:36.
9:36 a.m. Friday. What is the date today anyway? August 26th, 2022. It's morning. Normally not up doing this early, but we got at her early today. 9:30 is probably not very early for a lot of you guys, but I work evenings, so we're just getting going today. give some safety tips for kids. Riding in an automobile or bus. No candy machine. Informational brochures.
Hello.
Chief Vestal?
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good,
Can I
good.
help you out?
Yes, I actually filed an officer complaint back on July 5th.
Yes.
And are you familiar with that at all?
Yep.
Okay. I am not too happy with the internal affairs investigation into that complaint.
Okay.
So when I filed the complaint on the 5th of July, I didn't really trust that there was going to be a thorough investigation with integrity, but I thought I'd give Deputy Chief John Davis an opportunity to do his job and his team an opportunity to do his job. And but at the same time, I continued to collect evidence myself and investigate into the matter myself. I have been investigating into the matter for 4 months. Actually, my investigation started a couple months ago because my citation was issued on April 23rd. Well, I didn't get that case dismissed until officially June 1st by the city attorney. I spoke with the city attorney on June 6th, which is when the city attorney, actually the assistant city attorney, Cody Schmidt, decided to drop the case. And I called Lt Kulzer that day and explained to him the situation and what had been going on over the past 6 weeks. And he said, let me call you back after I speak with the officer. He called me back. And that is the first time on June 6th or June 7th when I spoke with Lt Kulzer that I found out that the officer's story was different than mine. And that made me a little nervous. June 22nd came along and I had not yet received a notice of dismissal, and my arraignment was coming up on the 5th of July. And I didn't have a notice of dismissal in my hands. And I didn't have any evidence in my hands. And I asked that assistant city attorney to either give me the evidence or drop the charge back on May 5th. Well, it took about 6 phone calls and a little prodding and asking for his supervisor, Kurt Porter, the city attorney, before he finally called me back right away once I asked for a supervisor and dropped the case. Well, that was the 6th of June. Come to find out later, not until the 22nd of June, when I finally had to go in to get a notice of dismissal myself because I was afraid that the case might not actually be dropped and my arraignment was coming up, that they backdated the dismissal to June 1st because you have 5 days to file it with the court. So they decided on the 6th to drop it, backdated it to the 1st. I called Lt Kulzer on the 6th, explained to him my whole side of the story, which I also explained in great detail to Sgt Pallansch the day after the citation was issued on April 24th. The citation was the 23rd. April 24th, I called Sgt Pallansch and explained to him, and the city attorney as well, the assistant city attorney, I explained in detail. And my story has never changed. And I filed the complaint on the 5th, but at the same, and that's when I FOIA requested, I went over to, well, first of all, I have 6 different audit logs for 2 different videos. I got the dash cam, the body cam, and there's 6 different audit logs, and there's no way for me to know which one's accurate, if any. Okay, there's more dash cam video uploaded on the 24th when the original was already uploaded on the 23rd, already created and uploaded. The first audit log I got didn't even have a creation entry on it. Okay, and I went over and FOIA requested the police radio communication from you guys because it's your record. you sent me over to the sheriff's office. So I went over to the sheriff's office. They told me it was your record, they just hold it. But they took my FOIA request anyway for the police radio. And it's strange because Lieutenant Turner, the dispatch supervisor with the Crow Wing County Sheriff, called me by name and on my phone when the FOIA request was anonymous after speaking with your department. I believe it was Cheryl or maybe Julie in the records department. And when I got that audio file, what I found was the audio file was from the beginning of the pursuit, just as the pursuit began on 4th and Washington, which your department matched up with the dash cam video and put that radio communication at the end where it shows that I'm stopped at 4th and Washington. Well, that's not what happened. The pursuit began at 4th and Washington. I was not stopped at 4th and Washington. I was stopped down on the 800 block of West Washington in front of Burger King. And for your IA department to not be able to figure that out is absolutely unacceptable. They're either incompetent or in on it.
Okay, is that a question?
Well, I mean, that's
that sounds like a statement.
Well, I guess what I'm coming in, I'm trying to, maybe I came off a little harsh, I'm sorry, let me back up a little bit here. What I'm really trying to do here is bridge the gap between the community out here and the police department in here. You know, that's really what I'm trying to do. It's just tough to do when every single FOIA requested file I've requested from you guys has either been altered or part of it's been missing, or the police report's been falsified, or the dash and body cams have been tampered with, or there's 6 different audit logs for 2 different cameras, or the police radio file that I got from the sheriff's office of the beginning of the pursuit with the whole entire end of it cut off that matches up with the end of the stop on the dash cam with no other radio chatter on a busy Saturday night, first nice night in spring, Saturday night, no other radio chatter. I mean, come on, man. IA's got to do a better job than this.
I'll ask again, is there a question
here? Yes, there is a question. There is. Yes. There is a question. Will you reopen this officer complaint, this investigation?
The answer is no, it's been resolved.
It's been resolved?
Yeah.
Okay, even though there's more evidence to show, even though there's more evidence.
Your complaint has been closed, that's accurate.
My complaint has been closed, yes. Mm-hmm. But now how, I guess the problem we're having is if any of us, any of my viewers, me, any normal person were to issue a citation without probable cause, tamper with evidence, falsify a police report, we'd be arrested immediately. You guys would immediately be able to figure it out. But when an officer does it, he's not held accountable. There's no arrest, there's no prosecution, there's no conviction. They just get to do whatever they want. They can break any law they want with absolutely no repercussions.
Again, I think you made a statement. I don't know if there's a question there. If
well,
there's a question, I'll answer it.
Well, sure. The question was to reopen the investigation.
And I already told you that.
And so that's a no. Okay. So I guess that's. Can I ask why? I mean,
because I believe that the investigation was conducted, and you have your letter. You can post your letter if you want to what the outcome was, and so I support that investigation.
Do you believe the investigation was done thoroughly with integrity?
Absolutely.
You do? Okay. Okay, and do you know how Lieutenant Turner at the Crow Wing County Sheriff got my name and phone number?
Lieutenant, I would
Turner.
Okay, she's not an employee of ours, she's with the Crow Wing County Sheriff's Office, so
R-
I would refer that question to the sheriff. Or
Right,
one
but
of these
you're,
days.
but she got the information from your department.
I don't know anything about that. If you have an issue with Lieutenant Turner, I would advise you to go to Crow Wing County.
Cheryl actually told me she talked to her. Not Allison, but Cheryl. She's not here today.
I can't speak to that.
Oh,
I don't know what your conversation was with somebody else.
sure. This is exactly how I was afraid this conversation would go. So, anything else I can do to help here? Help the community? Anything I can do?
I'm not, is that another statement?
No, just a question, just a question.
I have no comment on that. I don't know what you're referring to.
Okay. I guess I was trying to help the community by bringing your attention to what's going on in your own department and asking you to investigate or reopen this investigation based on new evidence, based on new information.
I already gave you the answer.
Okay. And, all right. And the reason I came in here and talked to you in person is because I sent 3 emails and none of them got responded to.
Okay.
So,
I'm not sure who you sent your emails to.
well, I sent them to you, the Brainerd Police Department general email.
I don't think there's anything that was on there that was requesting a response other than the information you requested already, which we've already done.
Right, I got a response from Deputy Chief Davis, but then I responded back and said these other issues haven't been addressed and never got a response. And I actually sent a 3rd email.
I'm not familiar with what you're talking about. Are you asking for data?
I'm not asking for data right now.
Okay.
I mean, I could come up here and ask. Actually, I think I will ask for data.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask for the names, badge numbers, vehicles, and positions of every officer on duty that day, as well as their dash cams.
There's a process for that. You can request that.
Yep, we'll go ahead and do that now. Thank you.
Good. Have a good day.
Yep, you bet. Hey Allison, can I get a FOIA request form, please?
Sure you can. Is there a pen out there?
I have a pen. I have a pen right here. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello. Tim Spider from
I
Brainerd.
am certainly gonna keep this sucker running while I fill out this form. It's public data, so we don't need to give any of this information. Detailed information requested.
Yeah.
How you doing?
How are you? Good.
Okay, folks. All right, Allison. I think this should do it.
Okay.
What do we have here?
I don't think you
Police
need to
department
know.
use only. Okay, so I'm just looking for the names, badge numbers, and vehicle numbers, and dash cam footage and rank of all officers on duty on 4/23 between 6:45 and 6:55. Also the navigation system timeline for Officer Bryce Johnson, 7:25 on 4/23/2022 between 6:45 and 6:55.
Okay.
Okay?
What I'm gonna do, if you don't mind, I'm gonna have, the person that's probably gonna do most of this.
Sure.
Look at it in case she has any questions.
Sure,
Before you even.
sure. No problem. I'll hang out while you do that.
Okay.
And then if I could get a copy of this received
Sure.
by you?
Yep, I will do
Okay.
that.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. IA won't use their resources to do their jobs, so we'll see what kind of manipulated public data we get from them this time. Got thirsty all of a sudden. A little nervous. I might have came off a little rough on the chief there, but I gave everybody in this department an opportunity to do their jobs thoroughly with integrity to the best of their ability. Now, if you guys remember, I went over to the Minnesota Department of Transportation and talked to Katrina over there. It was her second day on the job. She didn't know what she was doing, but at least she tried hard. you know, at least she did the job to the best of her ability, you know. And these guys are probably good at what they do. That's the frustrating part, is you can't tell me that there was, I don't know how many officers, they were swarming like hornets out there, you know, and nobody knows where this guy was. I mean, I should have asked the chief what happens if he was in trouble over there on the 800 block of West Washington. How would they have found him? Should have asked the chief, but he said they investigated and the officer apparently wasn't on West Washington. He was stopped at 4th and Washington with me pulled over apparently. And so I guess if the officer was in trouble, everybody would have went to 4th and Washington and not found the officer. So.
You want me to initial on here?
Yeah, just mark a copy. Yeah, just marked received.
Okay.
Did she say that was, is that like,
What she's gonna look into it, because a couple of things she's just not sure.
Right.
If it's okay, if there's any questions, we'll just email.
And absolutely, and I'm sorry
Okay.
for putting all this work on you guys. I mean, there's other people in the department didn't do their jobs, and so it makes it harder on you guys. I understand, you know.
All
So.
right, there you go.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yep. Okay, well, that didn't go very good. Man, these guys frustrating. Now I'm done working with these guys. We'll see what they give me for public information regarding all that public information I just requested. But otherwise, these guys are done in my book. I mean, that chief knows. That chief knows what happened. And he's not going to do anything about it. So, we'll have to go another route. Well, folks, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up here. I'm going to head back over to my automobile and go regroup here, figure out what I'm going to do next. Boy, I was hoping. Nope, not going to happen. There's too many people involved. Too many people involved, too powerful, too many crimes committed in order to admit it now. They got themselves in pretty deep here. I was just charged with the petty misdemeanor. They dropped it because they didn't have any evidence. It's the back of the police station. It's just the back of a police station. I know some of you guys like to hang out and just video record the back of police stations and see what happens, but that ain't really my gig. I like to keep everything to natural encounters that I have with public officials. I don't, of course, if somebody called me for help and said that they were wronged, I would of course come and help them if I could, but the reason I do these things is well, it's just my natural encounters. It's just my natural encounters with these public officials. I'm not going out to track them down. I mean, it's not like I went out and tracked that officer down that night, April 23rd. I didn't come looking for him. You know, I was just minding my own business, working. So that's what I try to record, is my natural encounters. I really do wish I would have got a recording of myself going into the judicial center back there, about a block and a half right over there that way. Because they actually did stop me from recording, but I wasn't recording. I wanted to record. I brought my phone in there to record, but they they stopped me, and I wish I would have pushed the issue a little bit, but I just went in there to get a copy of my notice of dismissal, so I didn't want to push the First Amendment issue, but I ramble on, so I'm going to wrap this video up. It's already getting a little long. Please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hopefully we'll talk to you in the comment section. Law-abiding Minnesotan from North Central Minnesota Press, out.